Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I'm here with the coach, John Brent.
And I'm here with the vet, Ian Griffin.
We're at the motor pool at the Talk.
The Talk. I'm learning all these great military terms.
So I heard somebody the other day say, hey, now that President Biden's in, when are we going to push the free college?
That wasn't for Biden, but I knew what we're talking about because I'm ready to pay off my student debt.
Yeah, so we're going to push this thing called free college.
Unbelievable. Is there anything free?
There's
Were
nothing
you a
free.
kid, did any of your parents ever say, son, there's nothing free in this?
They always said that.
Mine
You're
too.
going to pay for it. Yes, so free college. And so first of all, I'm going to talk about the disservice it does. The disservice it does is for the people who busted their butt and took out multiple loans and paid them all off to go finish their education. The second thing I will say is, what about all those service members that got the GI Bill for getting shot at? Was that for naught?
Right.
At the end of the day? I mean, is that something we're not supposed to do, or what's the deal with that?
I don't know. I think a couple things. Like my wife, she went to school and paid off her debt. It took her 15, 16 years to pay it off. So we're not going to backdate that and send her a check, are we?
No.
Okay. So it's only for the people right now in the last.
Well, Elizabeth Warren said no. She said no when she ran on it.
So we're looking at the last 8 or 10 years of people in college. So this is just last generation, really.
Yeah.
And we're going to give them participation medals and ribbons.
Yes.
We're going to give them all these safe rooms, safe spaces, and now we're going to give them free college.
Free college.
Which is not free, but we're going to get. Is anybody ever going to tell these and treat these people like adults and say, dude, the real world is not free?
So I'm going to give an analogy on this, Coach, that my
Unbelievable.
wife likes to say all the time. When you go get a tattoo, you get what you pay for.
Right. There's no doubt.
If you get the $20 or $100 and less tattoo, yeah, you got the stick figure, okay? You didn't get a Picasso or a Rembrandt or anything like that. If you get one that's a couple $1,000 tattoo, you got what you paid
That's
for.
right.
So with the college, if it's free,
What is it going to be?
so what I'll say is I had a fellow service member. He was a retired sergeant major. We were peers together. And he said, I went to college. It was on daddy's dime. And I came home the first semester with that F. He marched my butt right up to the bank and set me down and said, this boy needs a loan.
Right.
And they go, what for, Mr. Stanley? And they said, he needs a loan because he's paying his own dang college. He said, all of a sudden, I realized that I made better grades after that. He said, he didn't make anything below a B after that.
Right.
Go figure, because it wasn't handed to you.
Right. Well, economically, this isn't free college. What this means is we're going to take money from these working people and give it to these young people so they can get an education. And they're already getting an education on their own dime, which they have to pay back, which has been going on for. Well, college could be where if you can afford it, you can go. If you can't afford it, you can't go. But what we've done is we financed it for them at a small rate, 6 or 7%. Oh, they throw a fit. But what you're doing is all the people that went to college before, you're almost throwing it in their face. Well, we had to pay for it. We had to struggle. We had to pay it back. But now we don't.
Or think about the families who tried to go but couldn't do it while the mom and dad worked 5 jobs. I knew senior NCOs in the United States Army that they would bag groceries at the commissary only for tips. All that tip money went for their kids' college. That's what they did it for. And you sit there and go, that's dedication to their family. And we just yanked that out from underneath them and threw it away and said, too easy.
Look, I've been building my body up for a few months. You have to break it down. You have to hurt it. You have to do things to it. I can't just tomorrow wake up and go, okay, I want to look like a physique competitor, and I just pull my shirt off and it happens. Because he's a physique competitor, I deserve to have that same body. So what we're teaching our kids is you don't have to struggle. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to go at night. You don't have to work and go to school and pay a loan. We're just going to give you. And then when they get out in the real world and they have a tough job and they have tough issues, how do they overcome that? They don't know how to do that.
They don't.
So you're teaching your kids how not to deal with real life. You're teaching them nothing. It's kind of like not giving a kid no discipline and you expect them to act right.
So we see a lot of people post not about college, but they post about, hey, we need everybody to do 2 years in the Army. No, we don't. We don't want those people in the Army. And the college is the same thing. We don't want if everybody has a degree, the degree is worthless. Correct. At the end of the day. if everybody has a degree.
Look, I teach this in school, and the last thing I'll say on this is we want equality.
Yep.
But how you want equality has to be a certain way. We want equality of opportunity. You have an opportunity to go to college or not. Not everybody does have an opportunity to go to a state college or a private college.
Right.
They need to start out at a community college or a two-year college because of finances or maybe grades. You can't put someone in Harvard that has an IQ of 72. It just doesn't work. So equality of opportunity is what we all should want in society. But when you want equality of outcome just based on everyone should have the same outcome, you can skip socialism, dude. That's communism.
Yep.
So you can't do that. And we're going back to the free college is this. Who is going to pay for it? Is it's going to be it's going to be
taxpayer
people.
dollars.
So maybe we should have 16 years of public school instead of 12. I don't know. But if you're going to do it free, just extend high school. I don't know. It makes me absolutely nuts when you're talking about free college.
So I knew somebody, it was a sergeant major's wife, and she was talking to some officer wives, and sometimes you have these dynamics, and I'm just going to throw it out there. Sometimes you do. And we were in Germany, and she goes, oh, my daughter's going to college. And the lady goes, oh, where? And she goes, she's going to the University of Maryland. She goes, oh, my daughter's going over there too. She goes, no, my daughter's going online. And she kind of snubbed her nose at her because she's doing it online. And anybody knows in the military, especially in the Army, there's always a University of Maryland representative that you can do college through, that installation to there. And she goes, I don't see what the problem is. She goes, you're going inside McDonald's to get your meal. My daughter's going through the drive-through.
Wow, that's a great analogy.
You know, and it's the same damn meal. Actually, she probably gets more French fries going through the drive-thru anyway, just throwing it out there. So, but this free college, I agree with you, Coach. Taxpayers can't afford that one. It'd break the bank.
And we have to come back to this one simple thing. When has the government of the United States run anything efficiently and well?
Yes.
And so what's going to happen is it's going to be a fluff of crap. We're going to be overtaxed. The government is going to take care of it, supposedly. It's going to be run incorrectly. We're going to just be paying out the kazoo for a terrible education that's going to come because, like you said, back to your tattoo, you're going to water it down.
Yep.
And if you water down anything, that's what you're going to get is a watered down, crappy education.
Yep, exactly. We're going to have people with 4-year degrees.
And you don't have to go to college in this country to be successful. I mean, actually going to college today sometimes messes up people more than helps them. So
I know a lot of people that are successful just doing a trade.
Oh,
So,
trade school, that's the deal now. I think
It is.
more people should do it.
Well, Coach, we're kicking in 2021, right?
We don't ever agree with the government. No, I'm just kidding.
So, hey, we want to hear your thoughts on this. Tell us what you think. Say,
Tell
hey,
me you want some free college and tell
Yeah.
me why I should give it to you.
Exactly. We want to hear it. And maybe we're wrong, and that's okay. Or maybe we just don't agree with
Are
each
we
other.
ever wrong?
We're not wrong in our minds. We just don't agree with everybody.
That's right.
But we don't hold it against you. So
Right.
let us know what you think because we want to hear it. So from the coach,
To the vet.
stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.